All right, what's in the bench? This was sent into the channel by ZeenKo. The ZA048 log periodic dipole array antenna. Keep it dry. Not sure why to keep it dry. It's fiberglass, right? I don't know. Maybe it delaminates. Or maybe water makes it not work. That's probably it. Water probably just adds conductivity to it. But it is 400 megahertz to 8 gigahertz. That's a real wide range. This thing's pretty big. I've showed an antenna like this before. You feed them from the front, where there's little antennas, and the antennas get bigger and bigger and bigger as you go this way. And each one of these is a dipole. And you say, no, it's not a dipole. We got just one side. Where's the other side of the dipole? Well, it's on the back side. So half of the antennas are on the back, and half of the antennas are on the front, okay? So let me see if I can demonstrate that. Get out a flashlight here, and oh, that's really bright. This is a very dark. Can you see that? Let me change the exposure. Yeah, there we go. So you can see that each antenna has one side on and then the other side, and they're out of phase, each one. So you need to connect the positive to one of them and the negative to the other one, and then they go all the way down. Now at the end, then we get this really big one that is tapered, and we got a big tapered one on the reverse side as well. So yeah, pretty wild stuff. We have a SMA connector, and the center pin wires to this side of the board, and the negative part of the coax, the shield of the coax, wires to this side of the board. So there is no, it's not like a Yagi where there's one end that's ground. It's a whole bunch of dipoles, and they get bigger and bigger and bigger, so that the RF energy is going to travel in this structure, and it's going to find a place where it likes to resonate, okay? It'll find a place where it fits, and then that's why it's a very wide range of frequencies, okay? Now, it did come with some other things. Let's see what it came with. It's probably some mounting apparatus. Okay, more stuff and more bags. Let's see here. Oh, comes with a tripod. Okay, that's kind of cool. Tripod, all right. So then this must be something that will help us hook it together. Okay, tripod grabby thing, like for you put your cell phone on. How does that help us with an antenna, though? How does that work with an antenna? I don't get it. Am I dumb? It's got a hole. Can I put that here? And then put this here? Does that make any sense? Does that make any sense? Put this here? I really don't understand this at all. I must be an idiot. I must be an idiot. This is so you can take a move. Oh, this is probably for your tiny SA. Oh, okay. I am an idiot. I am an idiot. Okay. Everybody's saying, yeah, we already knew that. Okay. Let's see here. Okay, let's put this over here like that. Perfect. And then we can get a spectrum analyzer, put it here, and then we can run the cable over to the thing there, and then you can point it around and listen for things. Or you can put your hack RF1 here. Maybe that's really what it's for. Hack RF. But we can put the only thing I really have is a tiny SA. So let's see if we can't measure measure the VSWR of this weird antenna, and see if it really does what it says it's supposed to do. 400 to 8 gigahertz. So I've got equipment that can go up a little way. I can't get to 8 gigahertz, but we can go up a little ways. We'll try with the low frequency stuff first. All right, let's do a quick calibration here. We're going to be using this little cable here, so I'm going to calibrate it at the end of the cable here. We'll do a reflection measurement. This is full thing. We'll do a cal and a 1-port cal. Open. Short. Load. All right, so we have a good cal, and let's connect it to our antenna, which is a little hard because there's not much room to get your fingers on it here. Let me get a wrench here to tighten it up. Okay. All right, not too tight because you don't want to rip it off the PC board. So let's see if we can't point this away from things so it won't interfere. I need a longer cable, I think, for this test. But let's sort of sit it over there. We do have some dips. That's not very good. We do have some resonant points. It's not extremely broadband. Let's see here. Marker. That's at a gigahertz. Where's 400? 400 megahertz is right about there. So it is a little bit bumpy, but yeah, not great. If we go to format SWR, you can see it's kind of not good. It's probably okay here at the farther end. Let's see here. Where's my marker? What am I changing? Nothing. There. Yeah, above gigahertz, it's not doing too bad. Let's get out a different measurement device and give it another measurement. All right, this is kind of cool. I put on the NanoVNA here onto our antenna, and of course it's open, so it's just going zippity around. And if I connect the antenna, oops. All right, there we go. Look at that. Yeah, it's kind of broadband. Look at that. We're getting kind of a circle in the middle. Around SWR 2 to 1, something like that. That's not too bad. Yeah, that's not too bad. Let's see here. Display format, SWR, and let's see. How do I change the units here? Back, scale, let's do 0.25, okay. Yeah, there we go. Can you read this thing? There you go, sort of. Yeah, so it looks like a log periodic. It's kind of whacking up and down. It's doing pretty good in some things and not very good in other things, but in overall average, it's around 2 to 1 kind of thing. Goes up to 3 to 1 sometimes, and yeah, there you go. Kind of a ugly looking thing. All right, there we go. I've turned off the lights in the room, and that's just the display itself. So, all right, well, that's kind of fun. I could see it like being useful to maybe try to find interference and stuff. You could walk around and point it at things and see if you had a spectrum analyzer here, point it around and see things, or if you had a radio, an SDR radio, you could use this to try to listen to stuff. It should be broadband. Yeah, that was a review of the ZeenKo ZA048. There'll be a link down below.